Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age 100% guide. We're just here with Ashe, our princess herself, with Vossler, her loyal knight who's kind of been looking after her for ages, and Penelo, a girl who was best friends with Vaan, who just got roped into all of this craziness. But as I say, I think the party dynamics, while very different, I mean, we basically have two criminals, two royals, and two peasants. Like, that's essentially what the group is made up of. Bran and Baltier are just our sky pirating plunderers. We have Ashe and Bosch, the kind of two royal knights and princess, respectively. And then we've Vaan and Penelo, just the ordinary guys and girls of Rabanastre, caught up in the craziness of their country being, you know, hostilely taken over by the Empire. But, as I say, we now finally have our white mage. You can see her, like, casting Vox to remove silence. We just have all of those, I suppose, positive, you know, status curing situations, which is obviously brilliant. And you can see me hopping in and out of the map, and essentially what needs to happen in a lot of cases, and I suppose I'll be going back to do it if ever, you know, I miss it, but where I can, there's an achievement in the games to basically have fully mapped an area, to have traveled to every area in the game and fully explored every, you know, nook and cranny. So when I'm checking the map, I'm checking, is everything, you know, in white? Is there anything that I haven't explored? And if there is a gap, I'm going to try and fix that up. And then I'm obviously going through the gambits as well, trying my best to make sure we can get through all our bits and pieces. But now that we have a good few bits, it's like, let's collect some more accessories, let's get some ether lore, really, really important. And then I buy myself the accessories that give us access to the golden amulet, which is like really, really powerful. It actually gives us double license points gain. So I can just give that to one of the characters while we're just running about here. They're then getting 2 license points a go. They get a little less HP or whatever, but at least I can then give Ashe the ability to kind of max out her license board. And then once she's done that, I can give it to another character, and so on and so forth. But as I say, I'm going to try and actually leave the license boards till maybe, like, the start or end of an episode. Like, there really isn't that much of a point in spending your license points until you're, like, at a shop and you're saying, oh, we have these cool new weapons, let's buy them. I know I always went on a massive spending spree with the mages, but the mages are slightly different because we can find spells out in the wild. Like, we ended up finding sleep, for example. So at least if we have sleep, we can just use that now that we have the license. But as well as that, though, what's important to say as well is we can look at Ashe, and she is spending MP like crazy. So what we actually need to find in her license boards relatively quickly is the license boards that basically means when she does damage, she regains MP. When she defeats enemies, she regains MP. There's all these different passive abilities, so we'll have to hunt those down, because at first I thought, oh, I'll be grand. And then we're just having issues with her running low on MP. But then I was like, oh my god, is this dragon yoke, this wyvern, super scary? And it wasn't, in a nutshell. And now I'm like, oh, do I have, like, Stona? And it's like, I don't. That's cringe. And then I'm like, do I have, like, I was looking for softs, but I believe it's actually a golden needle we need, or a remedy. But then when I was reading remedy, I was like, oh, petrification isn't there. But if you'll remember the license board for Fran ended up having remedy lowers, which means remedies heal lots of different things. So then I'm like, let's just try remedy with Fran and see if her extra lowers mean that it'll get rid of petrify. It might and it might not, but it does. So if you're following along, Fran can at least get rid of petrify. But we do need to like get Stona though. Like the curing of Stona with the white magic is what we really want, you know? But as I was saying as well, we actually don't have any of the characters with their quickening yet, bar Vaan. Now, I don't think we've really needed it. The quickenings are essentially your limit attacks, or like your overdrives in 10, or like your super attacks. So, Vaan is the only one that can actually use Mist to do those amazingly powerful attacks. But as I say, at the moment he's doing fiercely well just attacking away. And as I say, this whole area of like the 2 sand seas, because unfortunately, ladies and gents, this is not the last we see of the desert. We're in fact not even halfway through the desert. We actually go through one desert and then walk into another desert. But at least the oil rigs are interesting to walk around. And as I say, I'm just literally going along being like, okay, can I fully colour in all of this area? And another issue I'm finding is that like I kind of have Vanille, or not Vanille, oh my god, Final Fantasy 13 flashback. I have Penelo throwing up, you know, Protect and Shell whenever a character just doesn't have Protect and Shell. And my line very simply is, yeah, we need to have Protect and Shell, it is important. But she does kind of end up throwing it up every couple of seconds, and her MP will be on a massive drain then. So it's not perfect, and like maybe we just need it for like boss fights, as in I just put, you know, take a pause and turn on the protections before we start a boss fight, but like it's hard to know. It's hard to know what the right thing is. But again, we're just gonna hop in and do some more license boarding. And what's gas is that like Penelo just gets so many battle ores, it's wild. And we're just getting all the accessories for Voltaire. All the different bits and pieces there, so it's not too bad. And now we can move along with Fran. I kind of end up just kind of being like, actually, let's just get her everything in the 2 rows of the bow and just try and fill all that up as best we can. But now that Ashe is going to have the golden amulet, she's going to be getting license points way, way quicker, which is obviously what we want. But what we really actually need now, because we've kind of been like beelining it through an awful lot of the we've been beelining it through an awful lot of the story beats. Like since Bajurba, we've kind of just been like an arrow just shooting through the main quest because nothing has been able to stand in our way. We had enough money that we're like perfectly well geared, and like speaking of money, let's, you know, sell all our bits and pieces, sell our Darkstone, sell our other bits and pieces, go along with the suckling fruit, things like that. That was a good bit of money, and once we sold everything we ended up with 2 bazaar items. We get some gold needles, which is so important. They are what cure petrification. And then I'm like, right, what can we get from this place? Not an awful lot. So that wasn't the best. But you can buy more gold needles, which I'm definitely going to do. And just because you might as well have them in your inventory, so long as you don't need them. But we have another nice teleport stone. You can 100% teleport back. And with the benefit of hindsight, I actually feel like teleporting back could have been a really good shout, because we could have gone back and done some hunts back in Rabanastre. Now since we have Vossler as a guest. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're entering into the Namyense Sand Sea. So, you know, the joys of having more sand to wade through. And what I love about this map, really, and I don't go into it really enough beforehand, but everywhere is so interconnected with everywhere else. Like, you can literally plot the world map down And every single area can link off to some other area around the map. And you do actually feel like you're actually on an odyssey across a world that all makes sense. That all is linked together. I mean, I love Final Fantasy X Spira, but it is just a direct line all the way through. I enjoy Final Fantasy 13, but that was also kind of just a corridor. With all of these different places, there's places that link up to other places in ways that you wouldn't have realized they actually link up together, you know? Like, we are able to go from somewhere completely different, then you're like, oh, we're actually in this section of the Yensa Sansi, that's interesting. You know, everything kind of, you can come at some places from like the north, the south, the east, the west. You know, there's not just one path in a straight line through everything. You can take side paths or end up on a different side of somewhere or veer off the beaten path and things like that. And on an even like more impressive level, there are literally sections of the map that you never need to even enter. The game is like, we have to go to the Valley of the Dead and see King Raithwall's tomb. But there's a cave that I'm going to show you guys. Like, we can't do much with it. But it is legitimately a side cave, completely optional. At no point in the game does it ever say, oh, you should come this way, or we have to go through this area. It's legitimately at your own behest, on your own back, deciding, yeah, I'm gonna take a look at this. And with Vaan being absolutely held to the mow, attacking everything as he goes, we're just gonna enjoy the walk. And like, I even like the reskins. Like, these guys would have been in the original Esther Sands, and now there's more interesting looking ones. And we got like an Ares gem. Very nice. Cancerian here myself, but like, we can't, you know, not but give up hype to the Ares, 100%. But over here is the cave, so you'll see the little arrow pointing out and pointing down. And I'm like, yeah, let's have a look over here. It's technically leaving the area, and it is legitimately a complete side part. And we're getting decent EXP, like we're getting about 200 a kill. Not bad at all. And then I realized, oh, there's like a teeny weeny tiny bit of that little nook down the bottom not explored. So we're going to have to just quickly skedaddle back. Get that one last patch fully explored. And get 2 more enemies in the process. Get ourselves another treasure. We're getting nice little bits of stipends of gil in fairness. And a high potion. Won't say no to a high potion. Getting the instant KO. Very, very nice. Only 3 gil. Come on, game. That's rude. And into the cave we go. Zertinian Caverns. A bit of a letdown over this side. We're not actually able to go very far. But as you can see, these are level 16 enemies. You can watch here that like they're not doing super crazy high damage, but they're also not going down in like 1 or 2 hits from all 4 of our characters relentlessly assaulting. But as I say, with our white mage on hand, we're able to beat up all the bits and pieces, get rid of the slimes, and collect some nice goodies. Now, as it happens, this whole area is a little bit of a trap. And what I mean by that is, in this area, you aren't able to go that far in because you're meant to enter this optional area from a different part of the map. And on that different part of the map you can find boulders to push into these little areas to allow you to walk over them. But until then, they're kind of all closed off. So you're not able to go that way or that way. The only two ways you could have progressed according to the normal map, you're not able to. But the music's hella cool though. So we'll take that win. And heading back to the Nam Yensa, we're going to keep moseying our way down. And what's handy is you enter a brand new zone, so all of the different enemies are respawned. Penelo doing a little bit of healing, but what's frustrating is that like her heals don't heal Vaan enough that like she won't be immediately healing in like a second, you know? But as I say, getting to level 25, and now it's just the part of trying to get everyone to level evenly. So once someone's 25, you just drop them off the party, keep the party full of level 24s, and then once, you know, someone else gets level 24 or 25, the next level cap, just circle back and finish it off. All done and dusted. Getting a fierce number of high potions, lads. It's mad. Another high potion, please. Oh, potion. I mean, listen, fair enough, you can't get high potions all the time. Got ourselves a gold needle. Nice. Another Yensa Fin, so that'll be good for selling anyway. And as you can see, there's like so many other off areas that then lead into here, so it's all fairly interesting. But always take out the passive creatures as well. I know it seems really heartless, but you might as well get some money or some loot drops. You're still seeing an awful lot of pebbles. That's just one of the side effects of having the monograph so early. You sometimes just get a lot of pebbles because it tries to pull from a rare drop list that doesn't exist, and it's like, well, the default is pebble at that point. Onward we go. And then I'm like, did I do the full circle? I did. I didn't need to do laps. Onward we go. But yeah, I hope you guys don't mind me just playing through the game naturally on 2x speed. It just... it's controllable. I have the gambit set up well. And it just saves you guys time. Like, it would literally have taken an entire episode just to get to where we are now. Oh, sleep! What an absolutely cringe condition. And then I basically wasted that kiss. Because he literally attacked me the same moment the kiss landed, so I would have woken up anyway. What a waste. Go on and attack. Nothing is peaceful here, and it got Penelo a level, so now Penelo's at 25, and that's the one risk with your white mage. They do have the potential to just completely take over level-wise, because you just would rather than be there to cast Cure and all that. But as I say, Vanille is just here to make sure we always have Protect and Shell. So yeah, I do not want to go back, but I do want to check that little nook. This is one of those ones where you're like, I know for a fact there's probably a treasure chest back here. Because it's just tucked away underneath the stairs. And wouldn't you know it, there is. So, oh, there's two! High Potion and Gil. That's alright. That whole subsection is completely explored. Vaan is now level 25. So now we can leave Bosch in, take out Baltier, put away Pinello. And now it's just the bros. Yeah. No, I don't want to go that way. We want to go the other way. Cringe. But listen, my little recusants, you guys let me know. Who is your favorite trio of characters to use in this? I find Pinello is always good. I actually like my two mages, Pinello and Ashe. And then either having Bosch or Vaan. Just to take up the kind of tankiness and damage. Physical damage, I should say. And then I'm like, oh, I see a long pier. Let's go for a short walk off it. But yeah, we are getting our lovely chain. And now it's like, sorry, chain. You gotta go bye-bye. All for a sweet, sweet... Oh, I don't even get the Nensa skin. Or the Nensa fin. Oh, bloody hell. But we've gained a new spell. Balance. Very nice. We're after getting another gold needle. Nice. And a Yensafin. And another gold needle. I tell you, life is good, ladies and gents. But yeah, just dirtling along. Trying to get Ashe proof that she is a princess. And their whole family traditions were like, we safeguarded a bunch of these powerful relics. One of them, Vaan was just carrying the entire time, which I just find is so funny. And now Ashe is like, actually there's another one safeguarded in an ancestral tomb. So we need to just go and sort that out. But now just zooming through the choices in the license board, just so you know what I'm planning to do. We have a lot of magic lore, a lot of ether lore. There's a lot of a lot. But yeah, sorry, getting back to the question, what is your favorite trio? I have to say I like Pinello, Ashe, and Vaan or Bosch. But let me know as well, are you picking the same classes that I am? Or are you trying out some of your own experiments? Experimental class structures? Let me know how you're finding it if, let's say, you made Vaan a knight instead of a Shikari. Like, are you finding him more tanky? Are you finding him more defensively prioritized? It all depends, really. Super, super tricky with things like that. Where... Oh, sleep! Can we give Bosch a princess kiss? Just a little mwah. Wakey, wakey. And then Baltier said, my lips are just for Fran. So, Bosch, the only thing you're getting a kiss of is my gun. because attacking people will wake them up from sleep if all else fails. But also, maybe use your white mage, who's not going to do some seriously heavy damage to your person who's asleep. Unless they put the white mage to sleep, in which case, good luck, that character's as good as taken out if they get attacked by someone seriously. But essentially, that blue arrow is going to mean we've made it to the outskirts of Raithwall's tomb. So we're basically going to be winding the episode down to a halt now. But we have the exploration of Raithwall's tomb and boss fights to be really excited for next episode. So let me know how you're finding the series. Let me know if you have any questions on why I didn't do X or why I didn't do Y, or are there any other areas to explore? There obviously is. Like, I've been showing you the map. There's massive sections that we haven't even looked at yet at all. But we can revisit them back at a later time. And sometimes when we're doing hunts, we're going to be made to venture back and ask them. So we're getting a warning that there's going to be a massive fight when we go into the next area. So be prepared. Buy good healing items. Buy good weapons and armor. And if you're like me, take your time to actually level up and get by. But I have been the RPG Recusant. You have been amazing. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And I hope you continue to enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you've decided to come and settle down and watch the video here today. Thanks so much for spending your time here. Have a good one.